Hi folks, this is Richard Paxton with a thought for the day. Many years ago I sold school books in most of the western states. One of my favorite customers was the Indian boarding school at Crown Point, New Mexico. It was between Gallup and Grants in western New Mexico. The only problem getting there was that there was about 25 miles of dirt road from the main highway to the school itself. It gently went up a grade for most of that 25 miles. Sometimes there were some steeper areas. And the road was in pretty rough shape in winter time or in stormy weather. There were some deep ruts, and once you got in your ruts you had to stay in them. In fact, there was a sign out there on the highway that I came by one time, and it said, "Choose your ruts now, you'll be in them for the next 25 miles. Well, I chose my ruts. I was moving along. It had been storming pretty badly, and as I came up this grade, there was a truck in front of me, and it kept going slower and slower and slower until finally it stopped. Well, I was in my ruts, so I couldn't go out and around it. I sat in the car wondering what was going to happen next, and all of a sudden this fellow got out. He had a big 2x4. He was walking around the truck, and he started banging all over the truck. Then he got back in the truck and took off. The truck just went right up the grade. Well, a few miles up the road, the same thing happened. He'd gone out of sight from me, but I was approaching him again and on this steeper hill, and finally the truck had slowed down. It stopped, and I couldn't go anywhere. I was still in my rut. So I just sat in the car, and he did it again. He got out, brought the 2x4, walked around the truck, beat all over it with the 2x4, got back in, the truck took off. This happened a third time. Well, at this point my curiosity was better than it should have been, actually. So I got out and sloshed around in the mud myself. I said, you know, I'm curious now. You've got me thinking what's going on here. This is the third time I've seen you take the 2x4 and beat all over the truck. 2 other times I had to stop behind you. He says, well, it's really pretty simple. He said, this is a 1-ton truck, and I've got 2 tons of Canaries on it. He said, if I don't keep half of them airborne, then I'm going to get stopped. I'm overloaded. And that made sense. So he beat on the truck, took off. I didn't see him again. I guess he got into Crown Point. I thought about that. How many of us have stuck in our ruts for a long, long time, and we don't do anything because our rut says we're overloaded? How many of us stay overloaded doing the unimportant things, or important things, but things that somebody else could do, without really concentrating on the key elements of our business? If we are the CEO or president of our business, and we're treating it like a business, we need to concentrate on those things that improve our bottom line. We don't have to be an expert at everything, and we don't have to be a jack of all trades. There are ways of handling these overload situations by outsourcing, by using other people, paying for good workers, but concentrate on the important parts of our business, the things that only we can do. That's my thought for the day, and I hope you'll keep half your canaries at home, or outsource them so that they're not a burden to you and you can get out of your rut. Have a good day.